One of my most memorable moments here at ACE was around when I was in Y15, which was coincidentally when the 30-second C game was around. So during that time, we had a lot of quizzes related to the event.
So, talking about the SEA Game quizzes, can you think of a question that was asked in there?
From what I remember, one of the questions were, how many times has Cambodia been hosting the SEA Games?
So, what was your answer?
It was our first time hosting the SEA Games ever.
Is that correct, everyone?
It's the first time.
Okay.
Okay, how about you, Mutai?
One of my most memorable moments here at ACE so far is really recent. Basically, that I think it was like the last day of school, and so the teacher basically allowed every student to like play whatever games they want, but basically like Kahoot and Bamboozle and stuff, which is what everyone is familiar with, I think. And yeah, it's not only fun but also educational for everyone because those games actually relate to like the lesson that we've learned throughout the whole term. And yes, but at the end of the class, the teacher actually ordered like donuts and also drinks for everyone to enjoy together. Yeah, every teacher here are very nice.
Wow.
I'm changing my mind. I want to be in that class. Okay. So since you already have the microphone and you also told us you've been here the longest, so my question would be, what would be your challenges starting at ACE as well as any other schools?
I think one of like the biggest challenge that I'm facing right now is probably lack of motivation. For some reason, I get like so burnt out so easily, and when that happens, I would like can't focus on anything and then not getting anything done at all.
Okay. Wow.
Wow.
I'm sure some
Yeah.
of us can feel
Some of you
that.
might experience this. Okay, how about you, Hong Hui? I want to know from you too.
Actually, I also have the same problem as but I would want to add on. So for me, is the most challenging thing would be time. So as we all experience, like we don't only study in English school, but we have Khmer school, Chinese school. So our day are all packed. So how can you study, like have time to self-study and like doing your hobby and stuff like that? So the most important thing is time management. Like you would like to use your time efficiently, and you would need to have the time to like go to study all of the course. And more than that is the problem of energy. So you need to have energy to work through the day. But sometimes when I don't get enough sleep, I don't have energy at all. So in class I would not cannot pay attention to the teacher and that. So I would like to encourage all of you to have a good sleep at night and don't stay up too late. You would rather wake up early to study, but not stay up all night to study. Yeah.
That's such a very good advice. Thank you, Hong Hui.
I definitely want more sleep.
For me, I share the same complications as these two. I have quite bad time management and also the lack of motivation as well.
Okay, so you've been talking about the challenges, but I also want to know how do you deal with those challenges?
For me, when it comes to time management, you really have to do it yourself. You need to have a schedule planned out. So when you do something at a certain time, so you need to have a very detailed schedule with proper timings and what you should do with that time you have.
Okay, thank you, Sienna. So that's a good advice about time management. But hey, back to you. You were speaking about losing motivation, right?
Yes, I think.
So, what would be a good advice, or how do you deal with it personally?
I feel one of the things that's been effective for me is probably taking rest day. So normal student like typically study between like Monday to Saturday, right? And Sunday is like basically a day off, and so I would take that day and like do stuff that I enjoy doing, and buy stuff that I want or like eat stuff that I'm craving, and basically take that day and just like fulfill my needs basically, and make myself happy, and then basically to get myself back on track with everything.
Wow, so as Cambodians said, charging the life battery once a week. Okay. Thank you very much for that. So we are down to our next questions, which is talking about goals and plans. I heard that they mentioned something about her goals and her plans. So okay, well let's start from the day then.
Like every other student, especially high school student, my goal is to basically complete high school with an A and make my parents really proud. And after that, I want to go to college and get a degree for somewhere in the medical field because I've always wanted to be a doctor in the future ever since like I was really young. Yes, and then I want to study abroad, so I'll look for like opportunities to get like a scholarship, and hopefully I'll get it. And then after that, I want to get a job. Yes, to get some sort of income as soon as possible because I don't want to rely on my family all the time. However, one of my main goals in the future is to be happy and to travel as much as possible.
You are young, but you have such an amazing goal. Thank you, Tay. How about Mai?
For me, I want to master my English just like all of us. We want to study abroad, and but more than that, I want to perhaps helping others to learn English and let them get the joy in learning English as well. Because for me personally, at first I find English really hard, especially grammar. I want to give up some time, but when I get the joy in learning it, I learn it like consistently without wanting to give up, and I find the joy in it. So I learn every day. Yeah.
That's very good. Thank you, Hongmei. So, what about you?
For me, my goals are probably the same as many students here share, is to study abroad and find financial stability for me and my family in the future.
Okay, so currently we have a future doctor and a future teacher. Okay, so let's see where you're going with that plan, okay? All right, thank you very much.
Thank you, everyone. Okay, finally, what would you like to say to your parents, teacher, or your friends here?
Let's start from you.
So for me, for my message to fellow students is you need to learn how to have confidence in yourself, because without confidence you can't get comfortable in situations that are probably difficult for you to be in. And also you need to learn how to be humble, learn to not be sometimes too overconfident or show off. And my final message is I would like to thank my parents for bringing me here and supporting me. And I also would like to thank ACE for making this graduation possible.
Wow, thank you very much, Back to you, Hongmei.
Firstly, I want to thank my parents for always working hard to provide me high standard education, and thank to all the teachers that have helped me throughout my learning journey. And the thing that I want to say is, if I can do it, you all can do it. And I hope you succeed on all your journey and get a good grade, a good score on the IELTS.
Thank you.
So my final message for everyone would be to always appreciate everything and to celebrate your successes regardless of how small they are. And finally, I want to thank you, my parents, for encouraging me to be here speaking to all of you people, and to every teacher here for trying their best and make this event possible, and to everyone for being here tonight. Thank you.
Thank you, Tay. I hope there's all of this advice could have some of you here.
Okay, well, thank you, Sienna, Hongmei, and Matei, for such an insightful response. Please give a round of applause for them.